Well, hello folks, and welcome to my playthrough of Arcanum. This is a game that has been requested on my channel numerous times over the years, and I continue to just push it off and push it off and push it off. And I think I'm finally ready for it. Grimmeth did a Let's Play of this, I think 3 or 4 years ago at this point, probably just 3. And I've watched about halfway through that, so some of this stuff isn't going to be completely blind to me, but most of it will be. My memory of watching that is pretty fuzzy at this point, and because of that, I'm going to ask you guys, please, do not post any spoilers in the comments. If you see that I'm stuck or something like that, don't try to be a helpy helperton. I know some of you are going to want to, and it's mighty kind of you to try and assist me, but I'm perfectly capable of looking the information up on myself if I do get stuck and feel like I need assistance. But I might still ask you guys questions about mechanics, about who knows what else. If I ask you specifically, you can probably, most likely, answer it. I just don't want to ban anybody. I hate banning people from my channel, but posting spoilers on blind playthroughs is about the quickest way to get banned from my channel these days. I guess we might as well just dive into this. I am using the unofficial patch. I am also using a high-resolution patch so that the gameplay screen is much larger. I've adjusted the font size, but I may make it a little bit larger for you guys because I'm not entirely sure how it's going to look once this is encoded and uploaded to YouTube. We're going to make a new character. I already have one in mind. Our name will be Krugmar. Not really a very dwarven name. We're going to be Krugmar Flintlock or something like that. We're going to be a melee firearms technology build. I'm not going to dabble with magic at all. As tempting as it is, after watching Grimmeth's Let's Play, I saw that magic is very, very, very powerful. And I may end up gimping my character. If so, sucks to be me. I'll just have to try and adapt. And I guess I might as well say now, there's no guarantee I'm even going to beat this game. It's quite a long game, 40 to 60 hours or something like that. And going into it blind, it's completely possible that I'll screw something up and not be able to fix it. Or I may gimp my character and not be able to beat things. I'm not entirely sure how much grinding is possible in this game. But we're going to be a male dwarf. And I spent a lot of time going through the backgrounds. I'm not going to read them all to you or show you what they all do because there is a lot of them. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 30-some. I'm just simply going to be no significant background. All of the other backgrounds provide pretty significant penalties to certain stats, or otherwise drop stats and raise stats that I'm not particularly interested in. There are some that only adjust things like how characters react to you, or how critical hits and critical failures happen and react. Not really interested in messing with those. And again, I kind of feel bad because I do like making interesting characters, but in a game where it's so easy it feels like to screw yourself over, I'm not going to even attempt to mess with them. I already have somewhat of a character build in mind from what I've kind of looked up. I'm going to put a point into melee. I start with 5. Going to take dexterity up to 9, raise melee to level 2, and then put the last point into should probably do strength for melee. But since I want to go the technology route, I'm going to put a point into intelligence. There are technological skills that we'll be learning over the course of our leveling process. Things like making healing salves. You can make a strong poison to use on enemies. An electric light to light up the darkness. Molotov cocktails, things like that. Won't have access to some of the nicer magical abilities like unlock and disarm or teleport, which is kind of unfortunate, but hopefully we can make up for those inadequacies with our gadgets, I guess. We also start with 400 coins. I'm going to sell that. I've thought about it, and the characters in this screen are the same every time as far as I can tell. I'm going to take a quality sword. It's not a bad weapon. Has 10 speed compared to the axe that has a speed of 4. The axe does have a chance to do more damage, and definitely drains more fatigue. The D down there is the damage it does, or can do, and the FT stands for the amount of fatigue damage that it can do to the enemy. You can run enemies out of fatigue and knock them out. It's kind of an interesting mechanic. On top of that, we're going to take these small robes. They've got AC, damage resist. We lose a little bit of fire resist, it looks like. Shouldn't be too much of a deal. Big deal. Also going to take lockpicks. We don't have the aforementioned pick lock skill, so we will need those if we want to open chests and locked doors, and I'm not really sure where else we can get them. I'm going to spend the rest of this on 2 healing potions that hopefully we don't need for a while. And that is it. You find yourself aboard the IFS Zephyr, high above the Stonewall mountain range. It's an age of technological marvel, backed by the mysteries of magic. It's basically like World War I meets Harry Potter. It's a very interesting world, I'll give it that. Not as interesting as Fallout to me. I'm not a big steampunk fan. Did he just run into a propeller? Brilliant! Truly ace level flying. Maybe they're kamikazes. Live or die, they didn't care as long as the mission was accomplished.
Help. Help me, please. Oh, thank you, my friend. I haven't got much time. You must find the boy. Find the boy and give him back his ring. Now, he will know what needs to be done.
What boy are you talking about?
Listen to me. We had to do it. He did unspeakable things to us. We had no choice but to do as he said. There are so few of us left, but the work is almost finished. And then the evil, you can't imagine. He's coming back to destroy everything and everyone. Please, just find the boy. Tell him that I escaped. I came back to warn. He will know what to do. You, my friend, it's all up to you.
Wonderful. I didn't sign up for anything. I was just on a maiden... Well, not a maiden voyage.
And then the Zeppelin and the fire. And the altar says that... Do you have any idea what all of this means?
Yes, it means we got shot down, and I almost died, you daft bastard. What are you going on about?
You speak! I mean, of course you speak. What, am I a blathering idiot? Wait, what did you say? Maybe I should be writing all of this down.
He fumbles in the pockets of his robes. Look, man, I'd like to help you out here, but I'm a bit confused. I'm not sure if I've lost my memory or what. Maybe it's just a concussion.
I am at a loss here. I don't quite know what to do. I mean, you are the... Oh, of course you are. I mean, you do know who you are, right? Of course you do. What sort of brainless, half-baked question is that for what do you call yourself?
Am I being unclear? Your babbling is incomprehensible to me right now.
Please, forgive me. I am making a bloody mess of this whole affair. My name is Virgil, sir, and I'm new to the Panari religion. Your religion, and wait! I, hereby dedicate, commit my life to the living one. I, Virgil, am at your service, sir.
Panari? I've never heard of that. I have partaken of paninis from time to time, but I don't think that's the same thing. What do you mean the living one anyways? Is that some type of riddle?
Yes, of course. You see, you're him. I mean, the reincarnation of, what's his name? I can never remember. And I'm always getting him mixed up with the other fellow, the bad one. You, well, you know how all of those old elven names sound the same.
Yeah, I can understand. Confusing elven names muddling your memory.
Yes, right. Just give me a moment here. You see, the Panari, that's the religion that was formed around the things that he said. I mean, that you said. Oh, forget it. Let's start at the beginning. Or this beginning, since there is a lot more that came before this. You are the reincarnation of a powerful elf, who the Panari worship, and whose name is,
An elf, huh? You think I am the reincarnation of an elf? A dwarf, coming back as an elf. Blasphemy.
Right. Yes, the name. Oh, wait. I remember something. It is written in the scriptures. The living one will live again on wings of fire. No, wait. I think it says, reborn on wings of fire. Oh, blood and ashes. Why do elves always have to be so damn cryptic?
Elves get off on that type of stuff, I'm pretty sure. It's part of their little demented culture. It might actually be a defect that they're all born with. Do those scriptures speak anything of a dying gnome and a ring by chance?
I don't know about the ring, but this business about the evil one returning. As I've said, I don't know a whole lot about the Panari prophecies, but I think you were supposed to return and fight someone evil. Bloody hell, I should know more of this.
Well, if this is confusing to you, imagine how I must feel.
I would like to clear up your confusion, but I am new to the Panari religion myself.
I know, you've said that multiple
times.
times.
I must bring you to meet my mentor, Elder Joaquin. He can answer your questions. He is in Shrouded Hills, a town at the base of these mountains.
And who is he?
Joaquin, well, gave me a hand when I needed it. Showed me the truth of the Panari and its beliefs. He's a very wise man, and will know what needs to be done.
I guess we'll follow this man.
The path out of here leading down to Shrouded Hills is down to the southeast. We'll stop by the Panari Shrine on the way out. See if it makes any of this any more clear. We should look for any other survivors before we leave, though. What do you think?
I agree. There's no reason to leave them to die, if they're not already dead. This guy is. A passport for a man named Preston Radcliffe. And a matchbook from the Rosebow Inn. Now, since I'm going to be playing a technology route, a tinkerer route where I build stuff, I need to pick up every single little piece of scrap and junk that I find. It's kind of upsetting, believe it or not. Because I have problems hoarding things in games anyways. So, this is combat, and that was quicker than I thought it was going to be. You can totally screw yourself over in character creation if you're not careful. I did a couple test characters, and some of the characters I had couldn't hit these wolves at all. You don't have to go melee, but it makes at least this part much easier. Virgil here, he is okay handling one thing at a time if it's just him. any more than 2, though, and I noticed that he routinely seemed to get his ass kicked. So, who is this? Solomon Dune. He's got electrolyte solution and some gold. Rest in peace, man. I'd bury you if I could. We believe everybody deserves a proper burial. Now, I haven't explained combat. I probably should show you guys a little bit of what's going on. Come here, wild boar. These things aren't too aggressive unless you get close to them, unlike the wolves. The problem is they're dying so quick I can't show you. So, these little green orbs are our action points. You can see if we move around, it takes 1 action point to move to each space. But the red ones are fatigue. If we use the red ones, we lose fatigue over here. If you run out of fatigue, you pass out and go unconscious. What's this? A large spring. My hoarding tendencies are gonna be a staple, a mainstay of this series, I have a feeling. That you can drop loot off in places, and it is persistent. I'll just have to find a good place for it.
Flying device, but much smaller than the blimp. I've never seen anything like it.
It looks exactly like the thing that attacked us.
Isn't that an ogre among the wreckage? It seems very unlikely that an ogre would have the intelligence to fly such a complex device.
Well, I wouldn't say they flew so much as they crashed.
Do you see that strange amulet that he's wearing? And that symbol on its face? I don't recognize it. Do you?
I can't see it from here, so no, I can't say I do.
Something isn't quite right about all of this. I don't remember the, scriptures talking about flying ogres and the like. We'd better get to Shrouded Hills and find Elder Joachim as soon as possible.
Let's do so then.
These wolves are none too friendly.
Oh, you don't say. You didn't... Are you just now noticing? This amulet has a strange symbol on its face. That of an eye and a hexagram. There's 2 different loot screens. You can see what gear they have equipped, if any. You can see what items they have in their stash here. And this takes everything. Generally don't want to take everything if you're going to be looting a whole bunch of worthless armor that you can't do anything with. Metal plates. Sweet. Isaac Zapruder. Oh no! And he has a camera! That's hilarious. It's a JFK reference for those of you who don't know. This game, from what I remember of Grimace playthrough, is absolutely filled with references. A lot of them I'm probably not gonna get. You guys are perfectly free to point out references in the comments, provided it doesn't destroy any aspect of the story. These roots and things that we're gathering, they're much like Xander root and Brock flower. We can use them in the herbalist line to make healing salve, which is pretty nifty. What is this? A passage filled with sewer rats. Don't tell me there's an entrance to a sewer around here. Virgil, you really need to step up your melee game. Doesn't your religion have any type of physical training for combat? You guys aren't total pacifists, are you? I do know one thing Virgil is really good at. And that is healing. Virgil is the dedicated heal bot. Saltpeter and arrows. I'm going to assume that whenever they were making the game, they decided that combat was too difficult or something, so they gave you Virgil to heal all of your ails. Broken flintlock pistol, filaments, railroad spikes, small metal tube, lesser wounds, potion, and fatigue restore. Congratulations, we're level 2. I'm gonna wait to level up until we get out of here. Like I say, I'm pretty sure I know at least the first intro, the first path that we're gonna take. I'm gonna try to get my melee skill up to level 3. We are having a harder time to hit these things in here because of the light, apparently. This is where if I had a torch or a lantern... Ooh, that was nice. It would go a long way to making melee combat more reasonable. Iron ore. Coal. Another lesser wound potion and migraine cure. Not bad. And who is this? A human bandit that is dead. Please, I beg of you, help me. What happened? I was cursed by an evil priest. My name was Charles Brago. My friend and I asked only for something to eat, some sustenance. We were poor, wandering, and he cursed us. My friend, cursed with madness, attacked me, killed me. The pain. I'm cursed to be held to this realm, unable to be released. Please, I need your help. What would you have me do to free you? I'm not exactly an exorcist. You need to kill the priest Arbala. He lives here. He marks it on the map, or points to it on the map with his ghostly finger. Only his death will free me. And what will you give me for doing this? I know of a treasure, buried for years. Okay, if you knew of this treasure, why were you poor and starving? We had taken an oath of poverty. We were monks. I'm not going to say I'll avenge his death. We're not some headstrong, gung-ho paladin type. I'm not certain I believe you, but I will do this for you regardless. I don't believe you, and I'm not interested in your fool's errand. I could be wrong on this, but I think if we say we're going to do it, we still don't have to. I will do this for you regardless, maybe. I'll see. Ooh. An old flintlock pistol, stun grenades, revolver chambers, more railroad spikes, dynamite, 25 gold, explosive grenades, bullets, and charcoal. And we are over encumbered. Virgil here is going to hold a lot of stuff. Actually, I don't trust you with that. Virgil's... Did you equip that pistol? You didn't, so... Okay. I just wanted to check. I went blind for half a second and didn't see it. He's going to hold a lot of the supplies that I carry around until I have an actual use for them. Provided that I don't overburden him and weigh him down. Metal plates, migraine cures. I'm not sure if I can trust you with medicine. Or if you'll use it willy-nilly. Like, I definitely am not going to trust you to hold the grenades. That seems like it would be a little bit foolhardy. You can see how much he can hold. 675 stones. I think that goes up as we level. I can't choose the skills and stuff that he ends up advancing. I think they all have their own little set path. Isaac Zapruder, we just saw you, my poor man. Merwin Tumblebrook, possibly a halfling. Clarice Vorak, okay. Preston Radcliffe. What do we got here? A kite scout. No, don't run down there yet. I'm gonna explore this whole place before we leave and possibly kill everything out here. One thing I will say, if you guys know of a key that highlights things you can loot on the ground, feel free to tell me. I know that the Fallout 2 unofficial patch added that functionality to the game, but I'm not sure if this game has the same thing. And I didn't see anything in the documentation that I read. I did look through the manual for this game online. Sierra actually has it on a PDF file. This guy, by the way, is a level 12 shaman, but I know that we can beat him. He unfortunately did cast Entwining Roots or something like that on me, Another thing, there's no way to tell which debuffs you have on you. It means I can't... It takes more action points to do anything, so unfortunately I can only attack him once per turn. I don't even get a chance to overexert myself and burn fatigue points. And that's another thing I noticed about this game, by the way. Even though this thing is level 12 and I'm level 1, it doesn't particularly matter much. Levels in this are weird, to say the least. In other games that I've played, a level 1 would never want to go against a level 12. And Virgil, you can tell, is doing absolutely nothing. Come on, Virgil, swing that stick. It looks like a bow staff, a quarterstaff of some type. How can you not hit this guy with it? Kite Shaman. He's got a kite sword. I'll take it. Probably not going to use it, but he was guarding this treasure chest right here. Inside we have an unidentified robe. I have no idea how to identify that stuff. A light fatigue restore and an emerald. It's not too bad. Pretty good haul. Items in these chests, as far as I can tell, are random. The first little test character I did that came through here, I think it was a magic sword of some type that was in that chest. I wanted to make sure before I recorded this series that I had a character who could actually get through here. And it did take me several builds until I found something that could actually work. As it turns out, starting with a pistol and ammo is not a good thing in this game. Unless you dump a whole bunch of points into ranged abilities, and even then you won't have enough ammo to really do much with. Durin Lalore, a dead elf. 17 gold coins on his person. You won't be needing those. Another elf. Carrie Melange. I'm going to assume she's an elf. Gotta cover every little piece of ground here looking for crap to pick up. Godfrey Castleberger. I think the wolves might have already been eating this lady. You disgusting little creatures. Did you just critically hit me? I think that he did. You can run, Kite Scout, but you can't hide. He lost morale for a moment when he saw what we did to that wolf, how we skewered it. Level 3, and putting up more of a fight than the level 12 shaman did. There we go. Ran him out of fatigue and then eviscerated him. So what I got? A filament. Not entirely sure what those are used for. And Wilhelmina's note to Jared. My dearest Jared, I'm aboard the IFS Zephyr, speeding on my way to see you again. My breath catches when I think that in 2 short weeks, I shall be your wife. That is correct, my dear. I am accepting your proposal. I hope thoughts of me warm your heart on your long days and nights, guarding Vermilion Station from the half-orc looters you mentioned. Love always, Wilhelmina. Okay. Half-orc looters, huh? We'll keep that, maybe get some use out of it later. Balana Tessera. I was hoping to find some more scrap around this wreck that we could use. Merrick Luggerton. You've got nothing? I probably missed some stuff, but oh well. It doesn't really matter because I don't even know what I need to craft things, so... Oh, that was a nice hit. I don't know what that sound was, but... I don't think it was a critical. I'm pretty sure criticals have their own distinct color as well, including critical failures. Critical miss. That was white. You can critically miss and drop your weapon. And it's not always like you just drop it at your feet either. Sometimes it flies out of your hands and flies on the other side of the enemies. You have to exert action points to actually go pick it up. Kind of funny. What is that sound? It sounds like there's a storm in the distance. Ginkgo root. What's my inventory look like? Not that bad, actually. It's unfortunate that this stuff doesn't actually stack. And I'm going to have to do inventory management. But whatever. I think we explored everything here. You actually can use this map to look around and set waypoints and move. It's pretty neat. I don't know how much I'll be taking advantage of this map movement system, but we'll see. Also, I think I'm going to end the video here. Whenever we come back, we will walk down to the shrine. The shrine before you is crude, made of rough stone and wood. Carved into one of the stones is this: "And his spirit shall be reborn on wings of fire, in hills shrouded in fog." Archeon 5:16. Archaon? I don't know how you would want to pronounce that. Somebody will yell at me about it. Anyways, yeah, whenever we come back, we'll check this out and see if we can start making our way down to town to speak to Elder Joachim, who I can only assume is Amish.